Hey everyone, this is Rabbit Ears Law Animation Bliss, and welcome to the Rabbit Ears Productions Corner. So today's discussion I'll be doing today is, do you remember the Rabbit Ears production series? And before I get into this, I would like to remind everyone that new videos will be posted up every Sunday. It can be Sunday morning, Sunday night, or Sunday evening, depending on when we can get the videos posted up. And if you happen to see any videos posted up during the week, that must mean there was a bit of anime news released during the week that we wanted to cover. So those would be considered special videos. And every Monday we have the top 15 animated facts series, where we go over 15 facts dealing with the anime series that was suggested by the viewers. So tune in every Monday for the top 50 animated facts series. So now let's get into this discussion topic. Do you remember the Rabbit Ears production series? For those of you who don't remember about the series, it was a series that came out in the 1980s and the 1990s, and it featured celebrities like Denzel Washington, Danny Glover, Meryl Streep, and Jack Nicholson, as to name a few, that would narrate stories that were like fairy tales or folk tales that children would enjoy. Like some of the fairy tales or folk tales that were being narrated in the series was The Fool and the Flying Ship, Finn McCool, the Three Little Pigs, the Three Billy Goats Gruff, the Velveteen Rabbits, to name a few. And usually the animation for these type of shows, for these specials, would be limited. Like it'd be iconographic animation. And that means the characters kind of move a little slowly, or the animation is very limited. So you don't see a lot of animation with these characters, but some of the Rabbit Ears specials do have a lot of animation, but not like as much as you would see in a regular cartoon series or something like that. And this series was very popular during the 1980s and 1990s, until it was like, I believe the company had closed down at first in the mid 90s, and then they kind of opened back up in the 2000s and renamed themselves as Rabbit Ears Entertainment. So they do have their DVDs that's available on Amazon. So if you want to check out Rabbit Ears Entertainment DVD, it is available on Amazon if you want to check to see what the series is all about. But for me personally, I grew up watching the series during the 1990s, and I used to watch the series all the time when I was little. Some of my favorites in the series was The Fool and the Flying Ship, John Henry, let's see, the Three Billy Goats Gruff, and the Three Little Pigs, to name a few. And I used to watch it all the time when I went to the library, and I pick up these tapes, and I used to go home and watch them all the time. I think this series is not that popular, though. It's not that well known to the main public, because at the time they were being released, it was like just being released through, I believe, through the libraries and certain video catalogs. See, back then, the internet wasn't quite advanced enough back then, where everybody would know about these things, or you have social media where people can tell you what's going on and stuff like that. And again, this series was just available in a limited sources. Like, it was just available through the libraries and some video magazines, so it wasn't readily available in stores at the time. But nowadays you could get Rabbit Ears DVDs through Amazons and sites like that. So that's the good thing about the Rabbit Ears DVDs being sold in this day and age, is that now you got a big online store where you can buy these DVDs nowadays, instead of like back then, where you could only go through like certain magazines or stuff like that just to order them. So again, this series wasn't that well known because of that, and I think that this series definitely needs to be more well known in this day and age, especially with the focus on a lot of fairy tales and folk tales in general. And I think this series would be a great way to like introduce fairy tales and folk tales to the audience who haven't heard about it before. And maybe if some people felt like, the animation's not that fluid, because I've mentioned before that the animation is pretty limited, maybe they could remake some of these stories if they want to. That would be pretty cool to see if they do remake some of these Rabbit Ears stories, which is probably another topic I'll get into another day. But yeah, I grew up watching Rabbit Ears Productions when I was little, and I hope a lot more people start getting introduced to this series pretty soon. Like I said, Amazon's got it available on DVDs, so if you want to pick the series up on DVD, that it'd be great to do so. But yeah, it'd be great to check out the series if you haven't checked out the series yet. So tell me in the comments below, do you remember Rabbit Ears Productions? If you have, what were some of your favorite stories in the series? And if you haven't, would you like to check out this series sometime in the future? Please feel free to comment below, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter so we can keep you updated on any new videos we post up, and also like our Facebook page, and also support us to Patreon so we can continue to push our great content for this channel. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Rabbit Ears Animation Bliss, and I'll see you later.